Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Sydney here with you for another episode, and it is Monday morning. Welcome to all of you in Australia who are waking up first thing this week with Sydney, and good day to all of you who are finishing off your evening in Canada and Australia and all over the world. It's good to see you. Let me get started on this because I don't have heaps of time, but I really wanted to get this through to you guys today. Pennant Hills shooting. Sydney father who shot dead children planned the attack, police say. Now, this is obviously a very, very tragic scenario. And I think that at one point during this article, you're probably going to pick up on a little critical piece of information which explains everything. And then afterwards, I'm going to go into the gun laws that are being proposed, that have been drafted for legislation already. The 68-year-old man found dead this morning after fatally shooting his two teenage children at a Sydney home has been identified by police. The father, financial services worker John Edwards, has been involved in custody hearings about children over the past 2 years. In what police described as a planned attack, police say Edwards went to a West Pennant Hills home and shot his son Jack, 15, and daughter Jennifer, 13, shortly before 5:20 p.m. on Thursday. They were found in their bedrooms in the home they shared with their mother. After an overnight search, police discovered Edwards' body this morning at his home in Normanhurst, a suburb on Sydney's Upper North Shore, about 5 kilometres from where the children were killed. 2 guns described as powerful handguns by police were found at the property. The information we've gleaned in the last 15 hours leads me to believe that this is something premeditated and planned, New South Wales Police Acting Commissioner Brett McFadden said, and we believe that shortly thereafter he went to the Normanhurst address and took his own life. The children's 36-year-old mother returned to her home shortly after police arrived on Thursday night. Police believe the teens were at home alone when their father shot them. Now, 36-year-old mother. Wait, is that right? 36-year-old mother, okay. I missed that bit. So he's 68, she's 36. Now, I feel like there's something missing there, because if she's 36, then that means she needed to have got pregnant at 10 years old and 12 years old respectively. Might be 46. That would be a bit more in the ballpark. Now, of course, that's ABC News. There's a critical piece of information.
Congratulations.
I don't know what I'm being congratulated for by my phone, but whatever. I'm gonna grab another bit here. So, I'm just flicking through here. If you search 2 children shot, it's all over the news. But basically, the key thing about this was that there was actually a custody battle going on at the time. A custody battle, right? Now, when I first saw the start of this article on the news, straight away I said, I'm calling it now. There's a custody battle. Because no man does that to his kids and himself unless he's being absolutely dragged through the courts. Okay. No, the news doesn't want to report it. Here we go. Officers from Ryde Police Area Command are working with the homicide squad to establish the circumstances of the children's death. Of course, they've got all of these referrals to domestic violence hotlines. News.com.au. Let's see if news.com.au's got it. I've had a look at sydneymorningherald.com.au. We've gone to ABC. They haven't mentioned it. This is just unbelievable, guys. Seriously. Yeah, there's I don't know, you guys reckon she's 38? That's with makeup, mind you. And of course, he's the financial planner husband. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out that he was a rich financial planner and she was after the money. Doesn't take a genius. Here we go. Finally, some honest news from news.com.au. Police say the 68-year-old went to the West End, carry out the targeted incident related to domestic violence. Of course, they had to throw in the words domestic violence, didn't they? Police say there were custody hearings over the children during the past 2 years. Mr. Edwards had a criminal history. However, there were no apprehended violence orders in place at the time of the attack. It is understood he was recently estranged from the children. Now, by
Congratulations.
okay, it's some bloody pop-up. That's what was congratulating me. Man, it's no wonder I upgraded from this phone. It's so slow. But guys, think about this, right? You've been basically alienated from your kids for the last 2 years. You've got a woman who I think it would be reasonable to assume has had financial motivations for getting into a relationship with someone significantly older than her by that amount. Now, I'm just gonna it's a very difficult thing to talk about, right? So he's obviously at some point, and I'm purely making assumptions here, but I don't think it's too far-fetched to make this assumption. I'd imagine that she would have put domestic violence charges against him to get him away, right? To get him away from her and the kids. And then of course he would have had to start paying child support, and he's looks like a quite wealthy financial planner, which means he was probably making good money, which means she was making good money off the child support, and of him not having any custody at all. And of course she was probably done with him because she's wanted to move on, which means she doesn't want to see him, which means, oh, he abused me equals allegation equals conviction equals alienation equals money. Now, I mentioned at the start of the video and also in the title of this video the new feminist gun laws, and let me explain to you what I mean by this. So there is a feminists always say, quite often say, and it's part of the dogma that's taught in universities and by the feminist elite, that men are always the violent ones and that women are the poor, weak victims. And look, there are occasions where women are victims. There's also occasions where men are victims, right? Violence knows no gender. The concerning thing for me about these new gun laws is that they want to propose, okay, they said, well, if they've got any pending domestic violence charges, they can't get a gun license. Well, there's two sides to that. There's a side where, okay, you're actually violent and we don't want to give you a gun, which is fair enough. And then you've got the other side, which is, okay, your ex-wife or partner has told us that you're violent, so therefore you're not getting a gun. And they're going one step further with the proposal. And of course, this is proposed by Prue Goward, or as I like to call her, Prue Coward, the Minister for Women and Domestic Violence and all of that feminist stuff. She is calling for anyone who applies for a gun license to have to get, right, for their ex-partner to give approval. Right, for the ex-partner to give approval. I just want you to think about this for a moment. Let's say, for example, guy's had a gun license for X amount of years, forgets to renew it. Never done anything wrong with a gun in his life. Forgets to renew his gun license. Might be a farmer. Pretty stupid if you're a farmer to forget to renew. But let's say, you're a farmer, you forget to renew your gun license, and you're like, crap, I need my gun because I'm constantly having to shoot foxes that are trying to kill all my chickens on my chicken farm. Okay, I'm going to go and reapply for my gun license. Go to apply for your gun license. Yep, your application for a gun license has been rejected. What the F? I've had my gun for 20 years. I've never done anything wrong. What gives? Oh, well, we asked your ex-partner if you'd ever been violent, and she said yes. Right? Why would you say that? Oh, we don't know. We just told her that you were applying for a gun license, and we needed to check with her if you'd ever been violent. Really? Because I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna go down. Knowing the way that the court system is, knowing the way that we are so gynocentric, knowing how manipulative the modern woman has become. Right? That's basically where we're at. So when you start, because the thing is, right, women know they can use the laws to get at their partners. They deal with domestic violence law, right? To get at their ex-partners, to get at their ex-husbands, right? To really just drive the knife in, right? They use custody laws, they use child support laws, they use domestic violence laws that are meant to protect them from harm, but really just protect them from mean words, right? Even though they've been 10 times nastier to their ex-husbands. He was mean to me, so therefore that's domestic violence, so therefore you can't have a gun and you can't see your kids and you have to pay me. Right? Whatever my work says, my almost ex knows I love recreational competitive shooting. She moves out of state, gets mad that I won't give her all my future earnings, and asks for a restraining order saying no guns for me. That's exactly right. And they know this. They know how to use the laws to get at you. They know how to use the laws to fuck you over. Vindictive women are dangerous women. Right? They will punish you even when you haven't seen each other for 2 years, just because she's upset at that thing you did that one time. Right? Because she's still your ex, right? So how is it fair? Like, can you just imagine? Can you imagine? Right? Let's say, for example, this new... Hey guys, welcome back. My mobile data was cut off, so I had to restart my phone. Thankfully, I'm able to resume the stream. Basically, where I was at before, and thank you for staying with me, was that, women basically are proposing that they be able to dictate whether their ex-partner gets a gun license or not. And there wouldn't need to be any founding evidence, there wouldn't need to be any substantiation, there wouldn't need to be any of that. It'd just be like, oh no, he's violent, so I don't think you should have a gun, and you can't get a gun. Not for recreational shooting, not for business, nothing. Just straight, nah. And this is the thing about the feminist agenda. They just want to control everything of men. They want to control our sexuality. They want to control our jobs. They want to control our income. They want to control absolutely everything about us. Right? To the point where we basically don't get a say over our own lives unless they say so. And they'll still say that we live in a patriarchy. They'll still say that. So ridiculous. Right? Incredible. Anyway, Apparently they already have this in the US. That's just advised by Travis. Auto protection, temporary and full. You lose gun rights. Why does that not surprise me? Issue, yeah. No discussion allowed. Only follow the feminist agenda like sheep. Exactly right. Anyway, guys, I may elaborate on this article in more detail this afternoon. This has been a little bit disjointed, this video, but for you guys who have been through custody disputes, who have been through a situation with a vindictive ex-partner, I'm sure you can relate to the power they hold over you simply by words, even if those words are untrue and unsubstantiated. And share this with anyone else that you think might be able to relate to this video. Hopefully that helps them as well. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go for now. And while feminists want to control everything, keep it in your pants, guys. Don't give them the penis. You have it, don't give it to them. Right. And yes, I know there are a few good chicks out there, but they are few and far between in Western countries, sadly. Alright, man, I'm out of here for now. I will catch you in the next video. I'm just warming up for the week with this one, I guess. And I have some other content that I'm going to be bringing you over the next few days that is very juicy, and I will make sure I'm better prepared next time. Alright, guys, I'm out of here for now. If you want to donate to this channel, head on over to patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW and feel free to drop $1 or $2 a month if you so desire. If not, that's totally cool. I'm going to keep doing this to you guys every single day for free. Oh, one last thing before I go. I've got very, very good news. I'm going to talk in more detail about this probably in one of my videos this week. My buddy who had all the domestic violence charges thrown at him to see which ones would stick finally got to see his daughter on the weekend. And I got a photo of the daughter with him. The daughter was grinning from ear to ear. She was so happy. And my mate wasn't allowed to ask questions about, you know, where are you going to school now? Where are you staying? But of course the daughter told him anyway. The daughter also said, I want to come and live with you. The daughter also said, can I get a phone to call you because mum's embarrassing me? And the daughter also said that she tried to text message him, but you know, he didn't receive them, right? What actually I think has happened is the mother has known that at some stage the daughter's going to try to contact the father, so changed the number under his contact in her phone, because the daughter's only like 7, 8 years old, and put his number under a different alias in the phone, so that she still knows who to contact. She still knows when he's calling, but the daughter won't see when he's calling because it'll be someone else, right? And the daughter won't be able to contact him because it won't be the right number. Very sneaky, and pretty standard, to be honest. That's just the way that domestic violence works in Australia. A mother can do anything they want to. There's a lot of good mothers out there, but there's a lot of terrible mothers. A lot of terrible single mothers. And there's a few good single mothers, but I would say they're well under that 50% mark. Well under. Alright, guys. Now with that good news out of the way, so that I can just chill and get ready for work because I'm a bit tired today. Haven't slept too well over the weekend. Had a bit of a sore back, but you know, I'll get that sorted. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.